Count the door behind you, would you please? I don't know why it's bothering me. And what's the fax number? 310-854-4455?
That is right.
All right. I'm Adam Carolla. You are?
Dr. Drew.
Yes, you are board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist.
You're fat.
Please, enough already. Kelly Ashton is here. Kelly is Heidi Fleiss's number one girl.
Yes, I was her most lucrative girl.
Really? Mm-hmm. How do they trace that, or how do they calculate that?
Well, actually, she did the calculations, and I came with a money-back guarantee that I would give a guy at least 5 orgasms in a session with only one release at the end or his money back, and I never gave a refund.
With only one release at the end?
Uh-huh.
That pertains to the orgasm?
Yeah. I did something called the multiple male orgasm technique, and I don't want to get too graphic on the air. I'm not sure exactly what I can explain and what I can't explain.
Yeah, we're about good Christian fellowship there.
But you can do it with your hand or your mouth, or if you do Kegel exercises, and with some practice, you can do it with another area of your body.
I've tried it with my mouth. I can't get there. I'll just do it with my hand.
Down.
All right, well, wait a minute. Settle down. Just relax.
Okay.
Okay, now, we'll get into all the specifics of the multi-orgasm, because this is something I'd like to experiment with myself later on in the evening, perhaps. But let's get a little of your history first.
Okay.
You come from Idaho.
Yes.
You came out here when you were just after high school.
18.
You went to UCLA.
Yes.
You got your master's in something?
Physiological psychology.
How's that work?
Well, you attend classes and complete your work. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, boy. Here's the through line here, Doc. Maybe you don't want to answer this, but why are all the sexed up women just nuts? What is that? We're just talking about Natasha.
Natasha Terry?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
She is
she's cool.
Burlap sack full of bobcats, that girl. All right, so you came out, but how does this psychology work? This, say it again.
Brain chemistry.
It's physiological psychology. It's basically the study of the structure of the brain and the chemicals of the brain. So you study things like synaptic gaps and axon bulbs and dendrites and things like that.
And eventually you would become a psychiatrist, wouldn't you? Or a chemist or something?
You could go into research. You could become a clinical psychologist. You could do a lot of things. It's actually a good basis.
So you got your master's in that, and then what happened?
During my last year of my undergrad at UCLA, I had a friend who worked at a bar restaurant on the west side, and I was in there one night just hanging out and having a glass of wine and a salad, and she came up to me and she said, guess who's in here tonight? And I said, who? And she said, Heidi Fleiss, and she's pointing, over to this table, and I was like, okay, that's it. I'm going to go introduce myself. And so I just walked up and I introduced myself because I've always been interested in sex, and I've always read books on sex, and even prior to working for Heidi, and even in high school, I always read books on tantric sex and, Kegel exercises and different massage techniques, and so I've always been fascinated with it. And there's never really any shame. I never grew up with any shame attached to sex, whereas a lot of women in our culture do. I don't know why, but I just didn't. So
keeps them in line.
Yeah,
it's so people show up at work on Mondays.
Oh, is that it?
Quite frankly, the garbage wouldn't get picked up if people just be banging away on the curbside.
Cash. There we go.
Okay, so you introduce yourself to Heidi, and let me describe Kelly. Kelly, what are you, 6 foot?
5'11".
Okay, 6 foot in a pair of Vans, though, right?
Right.
And you're a sturdy woman, and I don't mean a big woman, and I don't mean a husky woman, but she is a woman like put it this way, Kelly. No, that's not what I'm saying. But Kelly, if Kelly said, "I got a brother and he's going to kick your ass," you would run. Wouldn't you? Right. Because you'd see this guy. You'd figure this guy was, about 6'5" and about a chiseled 240.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Was your dad like a mountain man?
Yeah, my dad is like 6'6".
Do you have brothers that could kick our ass?
Well, actually, I'm an only child, but my cousins could definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic.
My cousins fill in, yeah.
All right. So now, like I said, she's a big, very
Germanic deal going on.
Very angular woman, but not a big, sloppy, husky woman by any stretch of the imagination. What would your measurements be?
36C 24, 25, 36.
Mm-hmm. Yes, very, very impressive looking. And now don't take any of this the wrong way.
Oh, God.
Kelly looks like when a guy becomes a woman. Well, now, hold on a second, Kelly. Wait a minute. Hold on, please. Mike, can she do that on the air?
Yes, Dave.
All right, hold on a second.
Sometimes you never know where he's going.
The deal, hold on, Kelly, please. Please, you're going to learn to love me before the night is over. When guys become women, especially black guys, they're very impressive. They're very striking. The real problem is there's that little faint something that makes you know they were a guy, and so it's a complete deal breaker. But they're real tall. They're real statuesque. They have great jaw lines and shoulder. They have like pointy shoulders and stuff. Now, wait a minute. Your ultimate goal as a male is to find one of these women that really is a woman. Or one of these guys that really is a woman.
Yeah, okay, clean it up at the end. Yeah, that's right.
Now, do you know what I'm saying, Drew?
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Look, please. Okay.
Are we talking about
it's a compliment.
Okay, thank you. You mean like a Gabby Reese kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. Gabby Reese. There. Very good example. All right. That's what Kelly is. A very striking woman.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So now you get hooked up. Well, obviously you'd have to be striking or you wouldn't be such a breadwinner for Heidi Fleiss.
That's true. But you know what? Actually, Heidi had a lot of really gorgeous women that worked for her.
How many women do you think work for her at any given time?
Total, she probably had about 80, 85 girls on the roster at once.
Mm-hmm.
You know, roster, team.
And you would get, would you do a lot of repeat customers?
Yeah, after about, within about 2 or 3 months of working for her, it was like, I was very cognizant of who was known for being the best in what. Like, for example, I learned, you know, the ultimate in oral from one girl, and I learned something else from another girl and another girl and another girl, and multiple male orgasm technique from another girl. So I just basically drew all this knowledge, and within like 2 months, I was like, you know, super hoe.
Right. You know, that's what they used to call Drew in college. All right, so now you've perfected all of these techniques.
Yeah.
You've had a lot of satisfied customers, and each time they blow into town, pardon the pun, they're looking for you, right?
Yes.
And are these mainly
desperately
sort of rich guys that are coming in on business?
Very wealthy, $2,000 a trick or $5,000 a day.
Oh, that's interesting. So,
like, maybe I could become a woman.
How long does a trick last?
About an hour and 15 minutes. I mean, the equivalent.
Or when the skinny woman sings.
Well, you can control that fairly well.
Well, what if the guy has what if you're shaking hands in the lobby of the hotel and the guy's like, oh, there it is.
Well, if the guy, that's, that happened very rarely. That only happened to me twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had this one time when I just reached down and sort of caressed this guy's.
That was enough. I say what? Penis?
No.
Ass? Scrotum? What?
Okay, when I just sort of caressed his ass and he.
That was it.
Ass, right, exactly. But he was a foot fetishist, so he got to bathe my feet and eat, stuff off my feet later. So
that's the thing that's amazing to me. The guy plops down $2,000 so he can scrub your tootsies. That is the most amazing thing I've ever heard. Talk about a self-esteem problem. I just spent $2,000 to wash this chick's feet. But for $5,000, what could one get? You could hang out the entire day?
Well, yeah, and that was usually based on if a gentleman would take me out of town or on vacation or, away for the weekend, something like that.
So would it be $10,000 for the weekend?
Yeah, just $5,000 for every 24-hour period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how much of that would you see?
$5,000. Heidi was paid in addition to that. Oh. And we were paid from Heidi, not from the guy.
Right.
So there was
you have no idea what they were charging.
Yeah, she was very, very secretive.
Well, that's probably good.
About what, she was a little bit too vocal about who she was and what she did, especially with people that she didn't even know.
Right.
Or that she met on, the first day.
But you could have been, they could have been getting $10,000-15,000 a day for you, for all you know.
Who knows? Yeah.
And if you went away on a weekend.
I have a suspicion that it varied by the girl, but don't quote me on that. I'm not really sure.
Oh,
that's a feeling.
I'd say you'd fetch a higher price than most. And was it just nonstop sex? If I paid $10,000 and you're going to be with me for the weekend, I'd want you to be giving me a Hummer while I was at the ATM. Like I wouldn't want to waste 1 minute. I would drive you like a rent-a-car. So is it just nonstop sex?
Sometimes.
What if the guy repulsed you? What if he was this big fat guy?
I always had the option to say no.
Oh, okay.
You know, and
Right.
even if the guy was portly, every guy that I saw was, very clean and well groomed. So
Right.
it's like, he wouldn't necessarily make the cover of GQ, but
anyone that's got 10 grand or whatever
Yeah.
it is, over $5,000 to plop down a
Right.
day to hang out with Kelly's gotta have
And you know what?
crab comb,
and it doesn't,
right?
and it doesn't go by actually how many times you do it or
Right.
whatever. It's
That's
just
what
like
I'm
by
saying.
time, So if you want to do it, however many times, and
I'd do it
but the
so many
thing is,
times
you
it'd be
can
like
draw it out.
$2
You
a
don't
pop.
have to.
By the time I was done with the math. This is, by the way, the same technique I employ when I rent porno. It's like, well, it's $4 for
Really?
the night.
Oh God.
Now, if I masturbate once, it's $4. If
Right,
I
but
do it 150
you know
times, it's a penny.
I can teach you. I can
3
teach you
cents.
something. I can teach you a technique that you can last as long as you want.
Not
And you won't-
interested. Those days are way behind me. I'm looking to speed up the whole thing.
Oh no.
Yes.
Really, you're on the fast track now?
Now we
I'd like
frequently
to
have our callers asking that question.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
Drew, you want to take some calls?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Let's take some calls.
So what? You got a boyfriend now?
No,
Girlfriend?
no.
What's up?
I travel a lot right now, so I just, I go on dates, but like normal dates.
Yeah, you'd be too intimidating. You'd have to date like one of the American gladiators or something. You couldn't go out with a normal guy. Dude, like, you imagine standing naked next to Kelly? You just start crying. Your penis would shrivel up. That would be it. It would be that sound effect. Then you'd start crying and sucking your thumb, and then your penis would hide in your ass like a dog running into a doghouse. Becky,
Oh my God.
how much for a guy like Engineer Mike? You're not in the business anymore?
No, I no longer hook.
Mm.
It's something that you can do for a while and make some money, but it's not something that you want to stay in for a long period of time.
Right. Yeah, your ass gets sore eventually.
No,
I
there's
know
an
what you're
orifice
saying.
on my body that is exit only, and
That's
we don't need
the
to go
ass?
there.
Really?
Right.
No matter how much a guy offered?
No, absolutely not.
Please?
Exit only.
He could not pluck that jewel?
I do Kegels. Why do you need to go there?
I
You
thought
don't
it
need
was
to.
Kegel, by the way.
Same.
All right.
Right.
Becky.
Thank you.
Okay.
Becky,
Thank you.
Becky, you're 17.
Yes.
what's going on?
Well, I have major depression and I self-mutilate like a lot.
How long have you been doing that for?
Boy, Drew, you really know how to grind a show to a halt, don't you?
Juxtaposition.
Probably like 4
You always said
years.
that's your favorite part of the show.
4 years, you guys.
So you started when you were 13, all right?
Yeah.
And were you abused when you were a child in some fashion?
Well, yeah, my father abused me like physically.
Physically abused.
He's like manic depressive as it is though.
Okay. Do you have bipolar, do you think?
Well, I'm adopted.
Okay.
So-
And are you doing drugs at all?
No. I've been put on like a lot of antidepressants and stuff. But,
What do you do to abuse yourself?
just about anything. I mean, I've burned myself with like lighters and cigarettes and stuff, and I've cut myself with knives.
And you're not trying to harm yourself or kill yourself, right? You're just trying to release something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you have any associations with what this does for you? The feelings you get from doing the mutilation?
I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things that I like feel a lot better.
Some people theorize that one of the reasons that adolescents do a lot of this mutilation is that it's part of dealing with the frustration of recognizing that the traumas of childhood can never be addressed again in the same way because childhood is being left behind. That part of becoming a woman becomes overwhelming, and that's why it starts around 13, the mutilation. And it's typically in people who were physically or sexually abused before
All right, Drew,
that time.
tell her what to do, please. We'll get back
Becky-
to Kelly and the hooking.
Becky, I don't know that this is a difficult problem. I mean, this is part of having severe psychological
All right,
consequences.
did she say she was in any counseling?
Are you in therapy right now?
Yeah.
All right, just stay with it. It's a tough transition for adolescents. Through adolescence, people who have been abused. Sometimes antidepressant medications will not just help with your mood, they'll also help with the impulsion to mutilate. So, I mean, you're in treatment, count your blessings there, just stay with that.
How many days a week would you
Kelly,
work on a normal work, Kelly? What's your question?
What's your question about that call?
You know, I'm concerned that even though she is in therapy and she's calling Loveline, so obviously maybe the therapist that she has is inadequate.
Yeah, we have no evidence. That is true, but we get a lot of people just sort of touching base to make sure that they get validation to see.
And by the way,
because they're not getting better and they want to know if they're doing the right thing. No.
Okay, but
she can hear you.
I was wondering if she'd ever attempted suicide.
Becky? You ever attempt suicide?
Well, I've OD'd on pills and ended up in the hospital, but...
Why are you asking that?
What?
Because I think that there has to be a distinction made between, even if the self-mutilation is severe, distinction made between mutilation and...
They're different.
Suicide,
They're different.
Yeah.
They're different. And she is clearly a mutilator, but she also has severe affective disorder.
Right. Okay.
Drew, I'm going to a little more salacious call here. Fiona, you're 13.
Oh, my God. Hi.
Hey.
Oh, my God. I'm so nervous. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
I just want to say hi, and you guys kick ass. I'm sorry. Just kick. Anyways.
Thanks.
I have two questions. One is, really embarrassing for me, but, my nipples are, hard, all the time, and it's, really embarrassing because the guys just, stare there, all the time.
When did that start?
I don't know, I noticed it,
October.
Since, school started.
Like September, right?
Do they look like erasers?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of men like that. They think that's very erotic.
Yeah,
so
but
even though
she's 13. She's got a janitor at school trying to rape her.
Okay, well, maybe something, go into Victoria's Secrets, maybe get a bra that's lightly padded.
See, yeah, that's what I did.
Right.
That one, but it's I don't like it.
Well,
Drew, is there some sort of nipple reduction?
I don't like to clean my room, but I do it.
Okay, I get your point. Sorry. So that's what I should do?
You're talking about douching?
Yeah,
No, cleaning my room, but I do it.
I see. I didn't know if that's some sort of hooker code or something. I understand.
This is normal. Don't worry about it, okay?
Okay, and can I...
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, my other question is, I met this guy on AOL, and...
I call mine the garage, by the way.
Go ahead.
Okay, and he's
Keep
15,
the tools there.
And we've been going out for 2 months and 3 weeks tomorrow. And we haven't met yet. We're going to meet, on Friday.
You've been going out, but you haven't met?
Bring your father.
No.
Bring your father and leave your nipples at home.
And that's another thing. My parents are, really, really overprotective.
I'm not sure if being concerned about you meeting a guy you met on AOL is being overprotective. I think that's being appropriately protective.
That's not what I'm saying.
Becky, do you watch America's Most Wanted?
No.
That's Fiona, by the way.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I talk to him on the phone.
Okay.
All the time. See, and he lives in Alameda, and I live in Santa Clara.
How old is he?
He's 15.
He says he's 15. Becky, do you actually... You know what? It's people can actually get on the computer and say that they're 15 and maybe not be 15.
Hold on, Kelly. You're going out of town with guys who who have diplomatic immunity in this country for bizarre sexual weekends.
Well...
How can you tell Fiona what to do?
I'm told she's a minor.
What's that, Fiona?
We exchanged pictures.
All right. Okay. All right. What's your question about him?
Well, should I stay with him? Because we're supposed to meet on Friday, and I'm, really nervous. I sent him pictures of me and everything.
Did you say stay with him?
Yeah, Fiona, we are generally against the internet relationships because there's so much fantasy involved in the relationship and so little reality. Now, I'm not against you meeting him to see if there is a potential.
But don't go sleep over at the guy's house.
But make sure that it's well chaperoned.
Hold on a second. Kelly, what do you say to me?
I can't believe you think I look like a guy. I'm, insulted.
You look like a guy who became a woman, but I'm telling you that is awesome. You look more like yeah. No, listen. Here's what I'm saying. Here's the main problem with guys that become women. They're guys. Otherwise, I'd be all over them. They actually make better women than women do.
See what I say?
You know what I'm saying? RuPaul is better looking than 99% of the women out there. The problem is the penis. You understand? But you have no penis.
Correct.
Allegedly. No. You have no penis. So that just makes you 99% better. What? Uh-oh. Almost got a crotch shot there. Show engineer Mike. He'll give me the thumbs up or the thumbs down on it. All right, we're going to go to break. We're here with Kelly Ashton. Kelly is, or was, Heidi Fleiss's number one girl. She has many stories to tell. She has a video out called Sex Secrets Men Paid Millions, or Pay Millions for.
And you can get it by dialing 1-888-56-LOVER, or for those of you who don't want to spell, you can dial 1-888-565-6837. And if you'd like to see naked pictures of me, you can go to my website. Yeah.
Hold on. Mike. Mike's already going there.
At www.sexualadvantage.com.
Mike, could you get right on that, please? Thank you. All right, we'll be back with naked pictures of Kelly Ashton.
Loveline with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla. We'll be right back.
Loveline.
On 101.5 Carolla.
Hi, this is Heidi Fleiss, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Two names that wish they could be found in the Little Black Book.
Yeah. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Kelly Ashton is here. Kelly is the statuesque goddess who looks nothing like a man. She is all beautiful woman, and she was Heidi's number one gal for quite some time. And a little backstory with Heidi. Heidi was on this show probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. Now, Heidi said a few things about the LAPD Vice Squad.
Did she say it or did you say it?
She started it, and I sort of
jumped on the bandwagon.
Yeah, kind of jumped on. I said a few things myself.
She's not very fond of them.
No, I guess not. Apparently not. And and to hear me talk that night, you'd think that I was doing court the next day too, which wasn't too far from the truth, as we found out. But anyway, a couple days later, the LAPD basically asked for the copy of that evening's tape. They wanted to hear a copy of the show, which producer Ann cheerfully handed over to them, which is very ironic because you will not get a tape of this show, but it's too big a hassle. But LAPD got one the next day. And then I know I've told this story before, but it's just I want more payback. Then the following night, when Ann was telling me and Drew that, by the way, LAPD wanted a copy of the Heidi Fleiss tape, and I handed it over to him, and I was looking at Ann, cursing at her, saying, why do you think they wanted the tape? Drew, what was your and Ann's response?
I didn't remember there being anything terrible.
Drew's response was, they wanted the tape, so they wanted the tape. I mean, big deal. And Ann's thing was, they just wanted the tape. I don't know. Like they wanted to add it to their collection or something. Anyway, what happened then a few weeks later, we got at K-Rock, I guess, or Infinity or something, got some sort of got a letter from the guy's lawyer, and we had to do a whole retraction. We were able to run a retraction. Well, it's stupid, but it made for good radio. Yeah. Heidi was not able to run a retraction since she has no vehicle for retractions, and I think her court case got settled maybe about 6-8 months ago, and it ran her about $375,000.
Isn't that ridiculous?
I like to say it's ridiculous, but yes. Yes, it is. Thank God it didn't cost me a penny. And where's Heidi right now, by the way?
She's actually in a federal facility currently, and she'll probably be there for another 2 years.
She's sober right now?
Yeah, she is. She's, you know.
You never know in there. I mean, but she was having she was sober.
To my knowledge. To my knowledge, she is. I mean, actually, she's, since her father was busted as well, she's become pretty bitter and sort of cut herself off from anyone she used to work with and the whole scene.
He was my pediatrics doctor, by the way.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Did you grow up in Los Feliz?
I grew up in North Hollywood, but we had a strong hippie connection to the Los Feliz area when we were kids, and went to a school out there and had a lot of hippie friends who hung out in the Los Feliz area. And he was everyone's doctor back when we were just youngin'. So I have a Heidi Fleiss story to tell as well. Anyway, $2,000 for a session, $5,000 a day.
Yes.
That's what you made. How many days a week would you work? Or how many days a month, for instance?
would work anywhere, depending on like my school schedule. I would work an average of, I don't know, 3 days a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
3 or 4 days a week.
You could make $8,000 a week.
Yeah.
Oh, for Christ's sake, I got to get in a hook and
I mean, of course, I was a student during the time, so I only made $19,632.54, something like that. That was stated on my tax return.
Right.
But so
how many guys? Like, what was the most you'd seen one guy in a year, let's say, or a 6-month period? You know what I mean?
I had one client that...
Would there be a guy you'd see every week for 6 months?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, like 2 or 3 times a week.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
You mean
Yeah.
Drew, knock it off. The guy is paying you $8,000 a week for weeks on end.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, let me tell you, you give a guy an experience he doesn't even think exists, and you become his new drug, his new toy, his new thing, his new neat thing. I need more. And they keep calling you and calling you.
Sucked the wallet right through the guy's urethra. She really did. Oh, my God. And who was it?
I'm telling you.
Was that Charlie Sheen?
Several of them. Well, Charlie, okay, I could have named that video The Sexual Secret Charlie Sheen Paid $1 million for. I mean, the guy wrote over $54,000 worth of checks to Heidi Fleiss. So it's I don't know what he put in the memo section, like, naughty nurse.
Yeah.
Cheerleading twins.
Why do you? I'm no... I'm really, I don't know anything about finances, but I know enough not to write a check to, I mean, that's a paper trail. It's got a sperm and paper trail going.
Exactly.
Were you one of his favorite?
Well, I can neither confirm nor deny, but I heard that he got out of the house a lot.
All right.
Yeah.
See, to me, this is the greatest of all gigs because Charlie Sheen is a nice, young, good-looking guy. There's many a woman, many a model type that would really
short.
But here's my point.
Okay,
you're getting these celebrity guys,
right?
And there's many a woman throughout the country that's got a Charlie Sheen or a Sylvester Stallone or whoever poster up in their bedroom. You know what I mean? An idea for me, it'd be like, hey, Susan Anton paid me $2,000 so she could come over and give me a Hummer. You know what I'm saying?
But
I can't get over that.
But it really does. It gets down to a power thing.
You had to have some sort of celebrity discount.
It really. I'm not being pejorative. I really think that it is because I hear the way you talk about these guys, and it's a way of your empowerment over even guys like that.
It's like, no, you know what? I didn't care if the guy was like Sheik Alibaba Hubba Wabba or an actor or a multimillionaire. Or I had a guy that was a manager of a Radio Shack that saw me twice. You know what I'm saying? He like busted open his piggy banks or something. I don't know what the guy did.
Batteries are so expensive over there. Yeah, but come on. When Charlie Sheen came through the door, you had to go, hey, all right. That's pretty cool.
There's a few people that I would really like to meet who work in the entertainment world, but I didn't mean any of those.
You got something you want to say to me? No. Okay.
Well, I thought after the show, so, okay.
Why not? Yeah, why not have 5 quick orgasms out in the parking lot? And then, Drew, you can go ahead and call the paramedics and the meat wagon to come get me.
But the thing is, back to Charlie Sheen, you're right. He could go to, Bar One or Sky Bar or Roxbury or I don't know, wherever the local watering hole is for that evening and,
grab a supermodel.
Right, exactly. Go, grab a hoochie and go home. But the thing is the girl going to lay there? Is she going to be great? Is she going to be... There's no guarantee. So it's like, this guy doesn't want to waste his time. He knows that when he gets this woman, he is going to have an awesome time. I mean, what other girl... a hooker that comes with a money-back guarantee?
All right, Kelly, settle down for a second. Here's, I guess, what we're talking about. Okay. And this is my hamster theory, by the way. See, for me... if I could bag, Elle McPherson or Brooke Shields or you or some super attractive supermodel type, that's enough. I don't care if she had carbon monoxide poisoning and laid there in a pool of her own sick. If I could get her, that would be enough. And it would probably be enough for a few years, and then eventually I'd want to get into the tantra stuff.
No, then you'd want to have a relationship.
No.
Yes, you would. I swear to you.
Shut Drew's
Adam,
mic
you
off
would.
with this relationship.
No,
what I'm
it's true.
saying,
That's what you would. That's
Drew,
what
I'm
would
saying
want.
is that her presence.
as a celebrity, as a notable male celebrity, after getting enough models, I guess you have to sort of up the ante. You got to raise the bar a little bit.
Maybe a reunion, like Brooke Shields, Susan Anton, and Elle McPherson, like the trio.
But the deal is, though, the way humans are, that if you leave the emotional connection part out, then there's no limit to how high the bar goes.
Right.
For a guy.
That's why you leave that part out of there. Thank you.
That's
Very well
need.
stated, Drew. Jesse.
Yes.
You're 25.
Hi. Yes.
You're on with Dr. Drew and my new girlfriend, Kelly.
Well, congratulations.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Great.
Good. I was calling because I have not only a really scary situation, but a really odd situation. A couple of years ago, I was going out with, I had a boyfriend. We were together for a couple of years, deeply, madly in love, whatever the case was. It was a really good relationship. Whatever. I was his first. Supposedly, I was his only one. We broke up. It's been a couple of years since we had the relationship. A couple of days ago, we got together, and we ended up having sexual intercourse. It was to the point where I'm the only one who came. He didn't ejaculate, whatever the case is. Afterwards, he decides to tell me that he's been taking medication, and that he's been taking medication for herpes.
That's nice. Did he use a condom?
No, we didn't use a condom.
Oh.
Yeah. So, we talked about it.
Did he say the medication was the reason he didn't orgasm?
No. That wasn't even an issue. Wasn't even an issue. The only issue at this point was that he was telling me that he's been on medication. And
I know, but why? What context did he bring that up in? Why did he bring that up after you just got done having unprotected sex?
During the afterglow.
Honestly, I have no idea.
Is it because he thought that this medication would protect you from infection?
At this point, he's convinced that he's not contagious.
Well, he has no way of knowing that. Okay.
Only God and his hairdresser really knows that.
How old is this person?
He's a couple of years younger.
23.
14.
All right, so what is the question, Jesse?
I got a couple, guys. I'm 25 here.
What is your question?
What's the question, Jesse?
Well, this is the question. Now, here's where it gets a little bit odd. Again, his whole point was that, I was the only one he was with. This is his point. His point is that I was the only one he was with up to the point where he got diagnosed. And at this point, he's convinced that I gave this to him. That's number one. Now, number two, I got tested just a few weeks ago for every STD known and AIDS and whatnot.
You can't really test for herpes.
Well, you know what I mean.
But you can't really test for herpes.
You really can't test for herpes?
No.
Well, now that's my question. Why would I... okay, so somehow I got tested for herpes and I came back negative, so I don't understand
there is not a good test for herpes. That's the point. That herpes...
I'm sorry, which is not a good test for herpes?
There are no good tests for herpes, frankly.
There are no good tests for herpes.
It's a clinical diagnosis primarily. They can try to do viral cultures on you, but often those even turn out positive and people have had no symptoms. So
do you have some sort of herpes discount, Kelly? I mean, not that you have herpes yourself, but like, let's say I didn't have $2,000 for one of the girls, but I could go to the herpes heap for like $400.
I think that maybe your best bet would to do find a Divine Brown situation. Anything waddling down Sunset, going $20, $50. You might be more inclined to, luckier in that respect. Okay.
Sorry, Drew.
You usually do those, huh?
Yeah. On the ride home. Yeah.
Well, and not anymore because we're boyfriend and girlfriend now.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
That's right. So quickly they forget.
That's right.
So, Jesse...
at the 11 o'clock hour will be the ceremonial exchange of fluids.
He needs to realize that if there'd been some oral contact with somebody else, he could have contracted it that way. That maybe you do have it and don't know it. That still is a possibility. But he does know he has it, so he has to keep wearing a condom with you and anybody else, whether or not he's on medicine, whether or not he has an outbreak.
All right.
Yeah.
Drew, you want to sell the hell out of the next call before we go to break?
Cleo, the 24-year-old lesbian for 8 years, has a steady girlfriend, but is now obsessing over a guy.
This is good. And Kelly, you're going to tell us when we come back about some woman who paid you to have a lesbian affair. No. Better
I'll tell you
yet,
about a couple.
some celebrity that paid you. Oh, yeah. to have a lesbian interaction with their wife or girlfriend. Okay, perfect.
Loveline will be right back.
Loveline.
On 101.5 K-Rock.
Hi, this is Tony Bennett, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Kelly Ashton is our guest. Kelly was Heidi's number one gal. $2,000 a pop, $5,000 a day. What's the most days you ever spent with a guy at $5,000 a day? And by the way, $5,000 a day 11. Is what Kelly was getting. Yeah. Heidi may have been getting an extra $2,000, an extra $5,000. I would say conservatively, it would cost you $7,500 a day to hang with Kelly.
Yeah,
that's a conservative estimate. How many days would you say would?
I believe. And then I would get tips.
I would never pull out of you.
Like that,
for that entire time. If I was paying $7,500 a day, I would try to figure out a way for you to. What? Oh, that watch?
Yeah.
What is that? I don't know what the hell that is.
It's a Raymond Weil.
Drew, how much is that thing worth?
Other.
How much do you think that thing's worth?
I don't know. It's like some
more. 50,000.
Let me tell you something, Kelly. Honestly, if I was paying you $7,500 a day for 11 days, I would figure out a way for you to do yard work while I humped you. I would have you like sanding my deck while I was behind you. I really would.
That's kind of cute. Like the tool time theme
It'd
going
get tiring eventually, but for $7,500 a day, oh my God. Oh, that's a lot of sex. 11 days.
Uh-huh. I went to
$7,500 conservative estimate. So we're talking about $100,000 here.
Yeah.
Plus the watch. Oh, he took you to London.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I went to
London. What did
this
guy do for a living? Did you know?
He's a banker.
Oh.
Yeah.
And are most of these guys married?
Yes, 90% of my clientele actually was married. And I did research, 4.5 months of research after leaving Heidi, and I found out.
How long were you with Heidi, by the way?
About 10 months, a little over.
All right.
And I did research, and I used undergrad students from UCLA, of course, to compile all the numbers. And 90% of my clientele and all the high-class call girls that I interviewed on the East Coast and the West Coast, 90 to 95% of their clientele was married as well. And 40% of all men in the U.S. have either seen a call girl or are currently seeing a call girl. And the Men's Health magazine came out with an article about 2 months ago, and their stat was like 43%. Mm-hmm. So it's really, it's something that a lot of women think, oh, my guy would never see a call girl, or my guy isn't cheating, or, ladies, wake up. Women are always the last to know. Always the last to know. Mm-hmm. Men are very prone to cheat. Mm-hmm. It's analogous. It's analogous to, if a guy is really, really hungry and he opens up the fridge and there's nothing there, whether he decides to drive through McDonald's or go to Spago's, he's going to eat.
That's right.
Same thing with sex.
And let me tell you,
if he's not getting it at home, he's going to get it somewhere else.
I hate to cut you off, but at $7,500 a day, there'd be no eating going on my part. I can tell you that right now. Maybe I could chip away $74.50 or something like that to do a little eating.
You might be eager after being pleased. You might be eager to learn some new things, and you might,
No, that's after I'm done. Then comes the pose down period. Where I flex in front of the full-length mirror. Okay,
I think I saw you in Flex last month.
Yeah, that was me with the olive oil on my chest.
Right.
Now, has any guy, I know the answer to this is going to be yes, it's going to disgust me. Have guys paid you and then performed oral sex on you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. I can't.
Oh, yeah. Teach me. I mean, I'm telling you.
Guys don't want to learn. They weren't learning anything. They were just getting off on it.
You're cynical because you've had very bland or very average sexual experiences. I mean, even in your sexual repertoire, I mean, I don't want to,
Don't belittle
step
me.
on
Go
your...
ahead. No, go ahead. Step on my penis. You'd have to jump pretty high to step on my penis. Huh?
No. I mean, the point is that even...
Thank you.
Think back to your most intense orgasm. Okay, think back to that experience.
Yeah.
Now multiply that by about 10 times. Because the majority of people, I mean, we're talking like 85-90% of the people in this country only experience like 1/10 of what they're physiologically programmed to feel.
So, Kelly, let me say it this way.
True.
Let me say it this way.
People are going around.
You have no idea, by the way, but let me just say this. How the hell do you know what percentage of people experience the fullest from an orgasm or not?
UCLA Biomed Library, check it out. Okay.
Right, let me say this. Let me say
True.
this. All right.
4th floor.
You're saying that it's like where they say people only use 7% of their brain. I may only be using 10% of my nutsack.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
Sort of. Yes. Okay. Now, basically what I'm saying is it's like people... Think of people who are walking around going, God, black and white television is great. And you're going, I have DirecTV, color television, I have remote control. It's like not that black and white TV is bad, but it's just like a little itty-bitty thing of what is actually going on.
All right, but let me explain it this way.
Okay.
If you didn't know from color and direct satellite dish TV, black and white is a miracle, and that's all you'd need.
And if you get the DirecTV, you might want to kill Gallagher.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. Listen, here's what I liken it to. When I was 12 years old, the video game came out, and I was playing Pong. I thought that was about as much fun as I could have would be to play Pong.
Right. And now Tomb Raider exists.
Right.
Right.
Now, I don't think the kids playing Tomb Raider are having any more fun than I was when I was playing Pong when I was 12.
Oh.
It's just the stakes have been upped. I mean, the ante has been upped. They're higher stakes. But I don't know that, and ultimately, it's any better. You know what I'm saying? Each one of my orgasms is the best. Okay.
Okay.
Right. No, and believe me, I know they could be better. I know if with you at the helm.
You're just like, yeah. I get some tall, good-looking chick, and she could take me there maybe to another level.
Right.
I'm talking about physiologically, if you're
Kelly's
held off.
getting a little excited. You notice this? Look at her.
Because I feel passionately about this.
Hold on, Mike.
Now, give me your arm. Give me your arm. We have to do a little demo.
Mike, do you have those pictures of her naked, please? Could you bring some of those in?
And you know
here?
what? On one of those pictures, they added pubic hair, of which I have very little, just because they said that you could, see too much, and they had to, whatever, I don't know. The website designer is whacked. Anyways.
That makes two of you. You put the...
Okay, so, here we are.
What does that represent, by the way?
And here's the base,
hold
and
on,
here's the tip.
Oh, I see. All right, hold on. Kelly is using my arm as a penis.
Forearm as a penis, exactly.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Drew.
Now, I have to...
Go ahead.
But the groovy porn star music. Okay, there are so many things that average women do not do that they do incorrectly, and it's women should not have to become hookers or even high-class call girls to learn this stuff.
Right, but
teach them on the video. Sexual secrets men pay millions for. 1-888-5656-837 or 1-888-56-LOVER comes back with a money-back guarantee that all these techniques work or your money back.
All right.
Right, just
so
like me.
You're going to show the technique.
So here we go. Now, this is very, very basic, okay? Most women watch porno flicks, and they see guys giving themselves hand jobs like this.
Right.
No,
Doing the
ladies.
up and down,
Anti.
No.
When a guy is alone, he wants to get it over with and get off as soon as he can, on to the next thing, okay? Going to work, whatever.
Right.
Going to play hockey with the guys, whatever. Ladies, when a guy is with you, it's a different kind of thing. Don't do the straight up and down.
Right.
Sort of do you don't have to turn, baby. I'll do all the work. Okay.
I wanted to help.
We'll do a little massage action here on the.
Hold on. Let me take my jacket off. This is ridiculous. Drew, can you talk for a moment?
Okay. Yes, doctor. Can you say anything worthwhile? While we get...
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll give you the arm back. Go ahead.
He's laughing at me. Okay. Anyway.
That's
ladies,
my penis, by the way.
Right, exactly. Right. So think of a sort of a spiral staircase action going on. So you're sort of like doing more like this type of...
Yes, but she's doing it. She's instead of just going up and down, she's sort of working in a more circular, rhythmic pattern.
Exactly.
My palm's going to shoot like Spider-Man. Oh my God! Hey, Drew, I hit a breast there. Did you feel that? Oh my God! My girlfriend almost took a bat to me after, who the hell do we have in here? Natasha Terry last week. Oh, this is going to be...
So anyways, the point is that women, it's like they don't have anywhere else to learn this stuff. I mean,
hold on, at $2,000 a pop, I think I got about $175 worth of feel there.
Okay, now here's a little homework assignment for you.
Yeah.
Okay, the next time, now don't do this in the shower because you might fall down. It's very, very intense.
Right, I know.
So the next time you masturbate, right?
I just did, actually, while you're doing that to my arm.
Okay, now the next time you're masturbating and doing the spiral staircase thing, or sort of like massaging up here and
She's
down
doing my
around,
arm,
that
by the
kind
way,
of thing.
now. Yeah.
Right, the two-hand thing. Okay, right before you're going to release,
right.
This is your body. Squeeze the base and press down and towards your body, and you will have a full-blown orgasm without release. But do it while you're laying down, because if you don't, and then you're standing up, some guys fall down and things like that. But eventually you can have one, and the next one you have, do it to yourself again, and you'll have an orgasm that's even more intense and more intense. On your third or fourth one, let it rip. And then you will have, bam.
All right, so it's like...
avalanche, volcano.
We got to go to break here, but you're saying right before your orgasm, it's like you take your penis and you put it into second gear. Like you're driving an old Volkswagen or something where you push down and pull it over a little bit, right?
Squeeze the base and press down and towards your body, and you will have a full-blown O. Now, ladies, if you're doing this to your guy... It takes about 2 or 3 times to find the right pressure. Don't let go too soon,
Kelly,
otherwise he'll...
We got to go to break. It's okay. We're going to go 3 hours tonight. It's usually just a 2-hour show. All right, we'll come back, and there'll be more hidden secrets of the penis with Kelly Ashton, Heidi Fleiss's old girl.
Loveline's phone number is 1-800-LOVE-191. Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. We'll be right back.
Who is this? This is KMKF Manhattan, Topeka Junction City, 1015 K-Rock.
All right, Kelly Ashton is here. I'm here. My right forearm is here, and Dr. Drew is here. Kelly is... well, I'll tell you what.
Dr. Drew, would you like to be... no, okay.
Yeah, work on Drew, would you?
He's like, no, I am not a penis.
Look at his hair. What happened to you, Drew? You look like you've been worked over a little bit. Drew's wife will kick his ass. She thinks anything went on.
Nothing went on.
She's gonna sniff you right at the door, Drew. All right.
He just felt one of my breasts. It's okay.
We got to.
Come on.
We got. This is excellent. All right. We got to go to a 10-second break. That's it, and then we'll be right back.
This is Loveline on Radio Station.
You know those guys?
What? These guys?
The porn star guys. Do you know them?
I know some porn star guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, who are these? Oh, wait, hold on a second. Kelly Ashton.
I'm referring to your shirt, but okay, don't worry.
Kelly Ashton is here. Kelly worked for Heidi for many months, back when, Heidi Fleiss, that is, and was one of her most successful, or I would say the most successful call girl. She is tall, statuesque, beautiful, and as I said to producer Ann 5 minutes ago, who was saying how beautiful Kelly is, I said, in good breeding stock. So look at her. Boy. You and her, Drew, could really have some beautiful kids.
I have beautiful kids.
Oh, you do? But even more beautiful. Even you fetch you even higher price on the black market. Yeah. I mean, look at you. You're. I know you say you're 5'11", but I'm calling you 6 foot.
Okay.
And look at those cheekbones, Drew. I mean, look at her. Look at those. Yeah. quite a beautiful woman.
Thank you.
And not only that, but knows her way around the penis.
Yes.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Has worked on many a penis in her day, and has fetched quite a price for that penis.
Yeah.
So we did talk about 15 minutes ago about guys coming in with their wife or girlfriend or partner. How much of that work did you do?
Quite a bit, actually.
Really?
And that was the number one requested fantasy of all men. And some men wanted it to be with their wife or their girlfriend and, a call girl. Or
Do you know what happened to those relationships? That tends to
Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
Mike, shut yours mic off. Thank you. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Go ahead. Yeah, take his mic and hit him over the head with it.
Yes. The cerebral aspect is... No, I'm just kidding.
Go in there and please give Engineer Mike the code word so that he could fully exploit your website.
Oh, you know what?
Could you do that?
I don't even
just go in there and tell him.
No,
all right, we're going to break. I'm going in there too. All right, you go in there and tell him.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Okay.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
You have 5 seconds.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
2.
Back in a minute.
1.
Loveline.
On 101.5 K-Rock.
Hey, breast fans. Loveline's back on the air. Kelly Ashton is here. She was one of Heidi Fleiss's top earners back when, and now she's got herself a video out, Sex Secrets Men Paid Millions For. And was $2,000 a pop with Kelly, or $5,000 a day.
Mm-hmm.
Drew is trying to dilute the sexual atmosphere in here by showing Kelly pictures of his triplets, but it's not going to work. Drew.
No, but I want to.
Several of when my clients would become regulars and I would get to know them, they would often show me pictures of their children and talk about their private lives.
Here's
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that you're one of my customers or anything.
Let me ask some questions.
Here's the family you're destroying. Aren't they cute?
Well, that's part of the thing. Is I'm shocked at your dad about married men because I could never. To me, that would really.
Your wife. When did she talk to Susan? She called.
No, she didn't call.
She's
but
listening.
it's easy not to do this stuff because to me it's a direct attack on the institution and even you could hurt your people you love the most. You could hurt them with this.
Right, but I thought that number one. This guy is married. I'm not the married one.
No, I'm not
He's
saying you're.
out
I'm
of
not saying you're the bad person. I'm saying that I'm amazed that the data would suggest that 40% of married men do. I don't think that's right. I don't think we had to accept that as a society. No, I'm not saying that the data is wrong. I'm saying the fact that we accept that as a society.
Let me hop in for 1 second.
It's a denigration of women.
Please.
I think it's allowing men to do this just because.
Drew, let me tell you what this 40% number is. It's right up there with 80% of women have been raped before they leave high school.
It's a very.
You're saying it's fraudulent?
No,
It's one of those things where some guy sitting next to him on the school bus, they hit a speed bump. His hand lands in her crotch, and they're chalking that one up as rape. I don't know. It's probably one of those statistics.
We don't know, but I given the way people have reacted to this whole President Clinton thing, whether or not it's an allegation or truth or not, it sort of fits as though people go, oh, well, okay.
All right, but here's the question. If your man is going to cheat, wouldn't you rather your man just go pay someone and go not form a bond, just go almost like women get pedicures, women get massages, women like to be pampered that way. Wouldn't you rather your guy go see Kelly, spend a little money, not have any kind of relationship, and then just come back?
Ladies, wouldn't you rather learn what top call girls learn so your men won't stray? It is so true. A lot of people think, would you not agree? A lot of people think that in order to experience something new, you have to be with someone new, and that isn't necessarily true.
That is correct.
Right. Thank you. Okay. You're here. That is so true.
There.
Now, in terms of you're talking about the married guys, it's like a lot of women think, and
wait, I may have missed. I said you don't have to be with someone new or experience something new.
Exactly, you don't
Right.
have to be, but if you're going to stay in a relationship with someone for a long time, be it a marriage or a relationship, whatever, any type of committed relationship, and stay exciting, then you have to educate yourself. It's like
Sure,
anything. You
of
have
course.
to feed
You have to
that
work at
area
it.
of
you
yourself.
have to work at the relationship in all ways.
Right.
I agree with that.
All right,
Exactly.
so?
Okay, now where would you? It's like where do women go? In other words,
Video store.
women. Yeah, the video store, the porno store. And they
No,
watch,
I mean, you guys. This is what you guys are advocating.
Okay, but here's the thing. The average video. This is not, just ladies, so you know, this is not a porno flick. It's not some chick getting her head banged through the wall by 45 guys. I know that's what you see. It's not degrading to women at all. It does show.
I'm out.
It does show full nudity, and it's very erotic. But it's like, have you ever wondered why women like to read about eroticism, but they don't like to see it?
They're wired that way.
No. I would beg to differ, because every woman out there has seen Braveheart with Mel Gibson and that pretty girl in the middle of the lake, and the moonlight coming down, and they're kind of caressing each other's bodies, and I mean that's like very erotic. Like when I saw that got me excited.
Yeah.
And it's like it's just how it's filmed.
You
It's
see
how it's filmed.
Tora, you get excited.
No.
It's a World War II.
No,
but there probably isn't a guy on earth that got excited from that, though.
Listen,
okay.
hold on.
Men and women.
Hold on a second.
Men and women like to see different
Kelly,
things.
quiet down. I'm going to shut your mic off.
Let me ask one other thing.
You're spinning off in outer space.
All right, but let me finish with a question.
please.
And then I'm going to ask you this: Do you?
Me?
Did you experience Natasha and Kelly in any kind of similar way?
Yes, they're crazy, both of them.
No, but what is that you're calling crazy? What is that?
It's a sort of manic craziness.
It's
But
true.
it's good crazy, sweetie. I mean, it's not a bad
But
crazy.
you guys both have this same kind of energy about.
Okay.
It's happy crazy.
And
I
theoretically,
feel passionate about what
okay,
I
but
do.
here's what I'm going to ask you a tough question.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Theoretically, children that are sexualized, not necessarily sexually abused, but are sexualized before puberty, in other words, they're exposed overtly to sex, tend to be sort of hyperstimulated most of their life, and tend to have a detached orientation to their sexuality that doesn't hook up with the emotional.
All right, Drew. Let me
Are you
take
asking
over
me
here.
if I can? Are you asking me if I? Well, I don't.
Does that
I don't
fit
know
for you?
about. I don't know about. Okay, so you're asking me if I can integrate.
No, I'm asking
No.
you. Were you?
Hold on. Shut Drew's mic off. Let me deal with Kelly. Kelly, here's the situation.
Okay.
So I had my tongue pierced.
Drew, I'm telling you, be quiet. Kelly, here's what's going on.
He's trying to ruin our thing.
Yeah, that's better. Turning into Jell-O again. See, what Drew is saying is how old were you when you lost your virginity?
16.
And before that,
Just turned 16, kind of like a month after.
I'm not talking about rape or molestation, but before that, was there any hanky-panky going on when you were younger? Any exposure?
When I was like, 15.
All right, but nothing. No, you were not overly sexualized at an early
No, I
age.
mean, I went out with the football player at school, and
but
grabbing
you
my
keep
boob.
his Drew.
No, let me just finish the question. Then you can shut my mic off. She had made the comment that her family was extremely not indiscreet but open about sexuality.
I
wonder
they
if
were
that,
open.
But I wonder
yes.
if that went sort of a little bit over the top for what you could have tolerated.
Basically,
at the age of
I was
8 to
not
12.
reared. I was not reared with the shame associated with sex that many women are reared with in
I
North
understand
America.
that. But there's a lot of people that. I understand that, but what did that mean?
You certainly weren't, by the way. A round of applause for Kelly's parents. Thank you.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
but don't you wonder about
Tony and Christine, rock on.
Don't you wonder, Tony?
Oh yeah,
Tony and
don't you worry about
Christine.
Tony and Christina that they have no issues with Kelly's choice and how she makes.
I was not reared to sleep. I was not reared to sleep with as many men as I did sleep with. But
it's not a value issue. It's an issue of were you exposed to sex, even in a movie? You were exposed.
Listen, hold on a second. Shut Drew's mic off, please.
I'm in pain. My breasts hurt.
Drew, please, that's enough. Kelly, here's the situation.
I mean, yes.
You are an incredibly sexual person.
Yes.
Drew is trying to figure out how you became so sexual.
Right.
You're so sexual, you're showing me your left breast. It would be my right breast right there. Oh, my God, and putting your tongue on it. Drew is now standing up. Look at that. Oh, your wife's going to kill you.
Anyway,
All right, I
okay,
dare
I'm
you to do
sorry.
that again, by the way.
Do you double dare me?
I double dare you, and give a shot to engineer Mike over here, who paid
I don't
way
want
less
to
than his
offend
worth.
anyone.
No, the ladies, believe me, they're all part lesbian over there.
No,
They
you
are.
know what? I don't think that they're any of them are part lesbian. I just think that they're cool and they're confident with themselves, and so they just don't care what another chick does.
Look, then this is good radio.
They're all naughty.
Look, screw them. I don't care if there's a room full of nuns and Mike in there. Give him a little breath shot. That's good. Okay, Mike. Mike, how fast you going to get home tonight after the show? Okay. God bless you.
Moving on.
So, all right, we're going to take a call. I just want to say something for 30 seconds here.
Okay.
You're, as evidence, by licking your own breasts there right in front of God
I
and
do that
everyone.
when I masturbate, actually.
Me too. You're much more sexual than most people. Drew is trying to figure out why you're so sexual. Now, it doesn't seem like there's anything, but Drew cannot accept the fact that you're so sexual without any overt abuse or like or a response to something traumatic that happened in your life. But either you'll not admit it or it doesn't exist. Give Drew another breath shot. There you go. Yeah, are those real, by the way?
Yes, feel them.
Really?
Yes.
Oh no, I can't do that. Oh yeah. Okay. All right, that's it.
Okay.
Okay. That's the end of me.
So anyway, I agree, and you know why? Because we're so programmed in this country that, my God, you know, a woman that feels confident with her body and doesn't.
That's not confidence. You're using it for power.
And it's not.
Right.
That, wait,
and money.
You're reading. That is such a Freudian. That's just a. I'm sorry.
All right, listen. We got to squeeze. Speaking of
yeah.
squeezing in, we got to squeeze in just
Abraham
one
Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and I just
wait a minute. Is that line two? Cleo?
Yes.
Are you the 24-year-old lesbian?
Yes, I am.
Boy, you'd
Cleo.
you'd be having a picnic over here with Kelly.
Hey, Cleo, how are you?
I could be better. I could be with you.
Yeah, you really could be.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, the Pope would be better if he was with Kelly. Nobody couldn't benefit from a little Kelly.
I have a girlfriend. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Cleo, what's the question?
Okay. I've been lesbian for 8 years. I just met this guy at work like 2 days ago, and he's gorgeous. I don't know. I'm highly attracted to this guy. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know if it's like just a phase or if it's like something that I could do again. I don't know.
You've never been with the guy, though?
I have been with a guy. I was with a guy.
But you weren't with this guy?
No, not with
But
this
you're
guy.
saying something you could do again?
As in, like, I was with one. I've only been with one guy, and I was 14.
Yeah. And you're not counting your uncle that got you.
How did that experience
when
go?
you were 9?
With a guy?
Wait, hang
Just put it this way, that's why I'm lesbian.
Okay, there you go.
It was a rape?
No, it wasn't. I don't know. I wanted to try things, you know, and I felt more comfortable with a woman.
Cleo, what's your question for us exactly?
Why am I so attracted to this guy?
Anything happened to you before you were 14?
No.
Nothing.
Nope.
Where's your dad?
My dad? Me and my dad get along. We're like tied together at the waist. I love my dad.
And how old was the guy who got you when you were 14?
15, I think.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I can't remember.
And why was it such a bad experience?
I don't know. I didn't like the way his body looked, and I got with a girl, like 2 years later.
All right.
And
All right. Well, so you're bisexual.
I don't know though, because I've been lesbian for 8 years.
Well, me too, but now I'm starting to think about women. I mean, guys.
I think there's something going on beyond sexuality here, and I think this is just sort of like a manifestation of something else that's going on. I'm not sure what it is.
Yes, I can hear it. Drew and I talk to so many people on each and every night of the week now, unfortunately, that I can hear the tone in someone's voice and know what the hell's going on with them. Whatever the hell their question is, I don't care if they're having questions about Bosnia. I can tell if they're a lesbian or if they're beaten or if they're sexually abused. I can tell by the tone of their voice, and Cleo's got a little something in the tone of her voice that we're all picking up on.
She's not bisexual. She's ambivalent. She's confused. She's adding chaos to her life.
There's something going on. I don't know what it is.
And you know the guy that she's attracted to is exactly the wrong guy, right? That's why she's attracted.
That's a good guess.
It's going to be a way of acting out something that she's trying to solve. What he means to her, what it is she's trying to.
For Cleo.
Are you in counseling, Cleo?
That would be the right question.
Yes. Okay. Cleo, you in counseling?
Huh? I was in counseling when I was 17 because my parents didn't.
Oh, well, I had it right on women. Your sexuality?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm sorry, you're how old now?
24.
Maybe you should look into getting into counseling again. Yeah, might be fun. Might help you out.
It's not going to be fun, but may help you out.
Well, maybe get
in the
some
long
clarity.
Run, make her happy.
Some clarity on what's going on here.
Yeah.
And I would suggest she not act out on this guy because it's probably some issue that she's trying to.
Trying to do some. There goes the boob again. I was trying to do some quick math here and figure. In my life, I've probably dropped $5,000 on counseling over the course of a few years that I'd been going to counseling, maybe more. And I thought, hey, that could be a day, maybe 2 days with Kelly.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think I would get more out of that. I really do.
I think so.
I think in terms of being self-actualized.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Like a long weekend with you.
Absolutely.
Work out I'd get over many more hurdles than I would
I
sitting
come with a money-back guarantee. Now, how many therapists are going to give you that guarantee? None.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
Value.
Genius.
Loveline. Be right back in a minute.
My breasts hurt.
Loveline.
On 101.5 K-Rock.
I'm in pain. My breasts hurt.
All right, Drew. Mics are hot. Kelly Ashton is here tonight. Kelly is stroking my arm. Here, I'll give you my right arm. This is not my good arm, by the way. This is my bread and butter arm, the left hand here. Yeah. This is just my magazine arm.
Okay.
But that's all right. I like to keep it loose.
Okay.
Kelly Ashton was one of Heidi Fleiss's biggest breadwinners back, what are we talking about, a couple years now?
Yeah, a couple years ago. I mean, I left her before she got busted.
And
when I saw her waking up with 3 lines and a gin and tonic, I decided, it's probably a good time to say bye-bye. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good, that's what I said to Drew, but then I keep taking him back every time. That bastard, I love him. I can't help it. $2,000 a pop. Usually the sessions were an hour and 15, hour and a half.
Like a good nooner.
Good nooner.
Yeah.
And then
leave the hospital and stop by the Beverly Wilshire and then
where did you do most of your work? What hotel?
The Beverly Hills Hotel, the Beverly Wilshire. That's basically houses a lot of gentlemen would order in.
Oh, I like that, like Chinese.
How to go. Exactly.
I like that. And an hour later, you're hungry again.
Right. More.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
We're pot stickers.
Right.
So you'd go to the guy's house sometimes.
Along low. Sure.
Ever bust a guy like trying to film you or do anything like that?
Yeah. Listen, I had this one guy, and it's so stereotypical, but it's true.
Oh, yeah.
This one Japanese guy. Okay. Alternate. Sure.
Yeah. This Elvis. So.
Now this is the primary arm.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be careful with it. I'm going to need it later. There you go. That's right. Polish it like a beautiful silver vase.
So at any rate, he walks in and, he's like, okay, so I'm like kind of like stripping off my clothes and stuff. He pulls out a camera, and I'm like, no, babe, no pictures. He's like, oh, Kelly, picture. I'm like,
Asian guy.
He said, no, exactly. This Japanese guy. I'm like, no pictures. And he's like, oh no, Kelly, just one picture. And I'm like,
it's torture for an Asian
listen,
man.
you have a choice. I have your money, and I can either you put down the camera, and we can actually do the nasty, or you pick up the camera and I walk out the door. Take your pick, choosy. So, he chose me, put down the camera, and he got his. But I'm just thinking, like, dude, stop being pushy. No picture.
Which ethnicity has the smallest penis? Is it the Asian man? Could be.
Yeah, I guess on a
What about
general side.
the Middle Eastern cats? How are they hanging? Any big difference there?
Men are so obsessed with penis
curious.
size. It's so funny. A Middle Eastern, I don't know. It depends.
Not average.
Yeah, it depends. Quite often, they weren't circumcised unless they were educated in the States. They were educated. If they were educated in London, they weren't necessarily, or London or Europe. They weren't necessarily circumcised. But if they were educated in the States and went to boarding school in the States, and they were circumcised.
Fascinating. God bless the penis.
This is like boring. We're not talking about penis size.
Well, come on. Just let me enjoy my weenie, please. Thank you, Mike. Anna.
Okay, Captain Winky. Hi, Anna.
Hello.
You're 29.
Yeah. Actually, I had a question about the morning after pill.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
I had unprotected sex on Thursday, and I tried to get the prescription, and the doctor never called back. Stupidly, I had unprotected sex again on Sunday.
Well, get it now.
He did call on the prescription. I have it, and I started taking it.
Right.
But what I'm worried about is, I'm paranoid about getting pregnant because I just had an abortion like 4 months ago.
Okay, what are you worried about?
Okay,
Hold on a second, Anna. As I know my audience it needs me to jump in during these times.
I don't want to hear about, if you're paranoid, why'd you have unprotected sex or whatever. I just want to have an answer to my question. I already know I was stupid.
Yeah, I don't think you could even use the word paranoid, could you? You know what I mean?
Let's call it a panic.
Just saying,
She's in a panic now. Wait, let's have.
All right, hold on. It's like saying I'm paranoid about leaving the house, so I drove a dragster down Ventura Boulevard the other day with no seatbelt on.
All right.
And naked.
Yeah.
Really?
She's
paranoid can you be about leaving the house?
She's in a panic now that she's done this. All right.
All right.
What's the question, Anna?
So my question is, if I did get pregnant Thursday, and I'm taking this now, would that be harmful?
No, probably not.
Okay.
It is not an abortive pill. It tends to, we believe the way it works is by suppressing ovulation.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's why there's been controversy about this morning after pill.
All right, Anna?
There's been arguments against advocating it because people thought it was an abortive agent, but it is not. It tends to block ovulation.
All right, did you take care, Anna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always wear a condom, even with the oral sex?
Oh, yeah. Actually, you know what? The Kissament condoms are really cool.
What's the Kissament?
You guys don't know what a Kissament condom is?
Hell do we know?
Oh, God, they're great. They taste like mint.
Really?
They're wonderful. Absolutely. They're perfect for oral sex. And you can get all kinds of flavors, and you can get strawberry, pina colada, and mint that I'm aware of.
See, to me, pina colada and latex, these are things that don't mix.
It tastes like a sucker.
Yeah, except
for
there's a penis center to it that I'm a little nervous about. The stick, it's all penis.
Are you familiar with the liquid KY lubricant? Not the one that comes in a tube, but the liquid KY in the small jar.
I don't know what the hell's going on out there.
Okay, you guys. Next time I come here, I'm going to have to bring my bag of goodies. I can tell, but
you certainly are.
What you do is you take a Kissament condom and you put liquid lubricant inside it, and you slip it all the way down the man's penis, so there's no reservoir tip, and you can gently do the spiral case massage,
right?
Or you can do the oral sex, and with the lubricant in there, it's like a double massage deal, and it feels really great, and he loves it, and it's like.
But
awesome.
didn't you have? Be truthful. Didn't you have some of your clients? These guys were high rollers, saying, "Listen, I need oral sex, and I don't want the effing condom. Please give me the oral sex. I'll give you an extra $1,000, please."
Not well. You know
Come
what?
on, one of these big chic guys.
Some guys would say that, but then once you just say, "Oh yeah, okay," and then you just start doing the thing with the liquid lubricant and putting it on.
Guys. As soon as you start,
put it on. Once you start, then forget about it. You know,
introduce the liquid lubricant.
They're not going to tell you to stop.
They turn.
It feels too good. It feels too good to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I teach ladies how to do that on
the video. Huh?
Right?
Do you worry about your own health? You get hepatitis C screens and all that kind of stuff.
I was constantly tested for things, but I always used a condom for everything. So it's like, you know.
What about like making out? Was there any kissing?
This offends Adam.
Yeah.
I don't approve of that.
Sometimes.
See, that's where I draw the line.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God. But now that we're boyfriend and girlfriend, are you going to let me kiss other guys? No? But I'm not hooking anymore. So, you know, I just know, okay.
I still want to be referred to as sugar daddy.
Sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Big sugar daddy.
Big sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big sweet one.
Right. All right, let's do a quick simulation here. Kelly? Kelly?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, who?
Yeah, big sugar daddy. Big sweet sugar kahuna daddy.
Yeah, Kelly?
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to meet me in the study right away.
Yeah, I want to learn everything you have to teach me, baby.
Get up on the rolling ladder.
I got my plaid skirt on and my thigh highs.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, why couldn't you just use my penis? All right, we're going to make quite a team. I'm going to get you back into hooking if it's the last thing I do, Kelly. I really am.
He's like, Kelly, I'm going to be your manager.
That's right. Hey, that's what we do. Drew, we hook. It's just we don't use a condom. That's really the difference.
Getting jiggy with it. You guys get jiggy with it? Walk down Santa Monica Boulevard and getting jiggy with it?
I've gotten jiggy. Right. Drew and I get jiggy together. We once jigged the same guy twice.
Oh, God.
Is that true, Drew? No.
Exploring the Hershey Highway, that's pretty scary.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah, I'm not into that.
No, okay, good.
And no guy ever did that to you? No client?
No.
No?
I would never allow that.
Why not?
Repulses me. Out.
Really? Even for the right
outdoor, it is the outdoor.
Even for the right amount of money?
Commercial.
Right amount of money? Come on.
No.
Yeah, I could get that sphincter. All right. We'll be back.
Okay.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Phone number's 1-800-LOVE-191.
We'll be right back.
I'm homosexual.
Pure Rock is 101.5 KMKF, Manhattan, Topeka, Junction City.
The captain has turned on the no smoking sign. Please return the stewardess to her full upright position for landing.
Topeka's home of rock and roll. 101.5 K-Rock.
Thank you. I'd like to make your left breast a regular part of the show. And actually, Engineer Mike would like to make your breast a regular part of his apartment.
Oh, well, that's lovely. He has my booty as a screensaver now. I like that.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of booty, he's going to need a bibby when he gets home. I can tell you that right now.
But you know what? You can, anyone who would like to see nude pictures of me or take a little sex survey to test their sexual knowledge.
I highly recommend it.
Oh, you can go to www.sexualadvantage.com. Or if you'd like to order my videos that come with a money-back guarantee that you'll have the hottest sex you've ever had or your money back, you can call 1-888-56-LOVER or 1-888-565-6837.
And it's basically the same stuff that would have ran Charlie Sheen upwards of $2,000.
Right.
And it can probably be yours for under $40.
Exactly. Ladies, put hookers out of business. Keep your man from strain.
That's right.
Learn my tricks.
And,
okay?
and lose 20 pounds while you're at it. I mean, as long as we're really trying to stop the guys. All right, Kelly, we're just out of show.
Okay.
You're a delight.
Thank you.
We'd like to welcome you back anytime you'd like to come back and visit us.
I really enjoyed caressing your forearms.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I enjoyed flashing you, Doctor.
All right. Drew's in enough trouble. All right. Tomorrow night, who cares who's coming in? Until next time, Sam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed herein are not necessarily those of the staff or management or producers or directors or the advertising or anyone. They might be Bob's.
I'm Bob, and they're mine.
The producer of Loveline is Ann Wilkins. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.
Grr, arg. We now return you to your highly tested, regularly scheduled programming. Bye.